Welcome back. We shall be discussing about list cost allocation method. As already discussed earlier, list cost allocation is one of the allocation method for transportation initial allocations solution. There are three of them: northwest corner method, list cost allocation method, and Vogel approximation method. So let's go ahead and do list cost allocation method allocation. So very first thing we do is we check whether the demands and supply are they balanced. So when you look at here, we have 40 units of demand and we also have 40 units of supply. So since they are balanced, we go ahead with allocation. So list cost allocation method means in the complete table of allocation cost, look at the list cost and try allocating there first. So their allocation would be a cell belongs to a row and a column. So lower of the two in terms of demand or supply, whichever is lower, that much you allocated to that particular cell. So let's look at here. When you look at all the cost, you will find that 30 is the lowest. This means S1, D3 is the lowest. Now D3 column has got demand of 10, S1 has got demand of 12. So at S1 D3, lower of the 10 and 12, we can allocate 10 units here. The moment you allocate 10 units, what happens is the D3 column is completely exhausted. Their sort of like demand is fulfilled. Whereas in S1 we have a balance of 2. Having done that, then we have to look at out of the balance elements which is the lowest. So if you look there, you find that S3D1 has got 40 and 40 is the lowest value in the balanced cost element. So we have to make allocation here in S3D1. Once again, D1 is 10, S3 is 11. So S3D1 we can make allocation of 10 because 10 is the lower of 10 and 11 units here. Lower of column and row. Supply in the S3 supply point and demand in D1. Lower of the two that we allocate here. The moment we do this allocation, once again this column is completely exhausted. Now we have to look at the lower of the leftover. So next one we see is 45, which is S1 D4. Now S1 D4 is 45. So S1 D4 we have to do allocation. Now S1 row has got already a allocation of 10 and supply for S1 is 12 here. So in S1 D4 maximum we can do allocation of 2 units. So the moment we do this S1 row is exhausted because this supply is met. Now we have got 4 units here and lowest amongst all of them is 55, which is S3D4. So let's look at S3D4. Now D4 has got demand of 10, out of which only 2 is met, and S3 has got a supply of 11 where 10 is already done. So here I can do maximum 1. So the moment I do 1, S3 row is sort of like allocated. So this is also exhausted. Now we are left with 60 and 80, lower S3. S2D4. S2D4. So here, since this row is this column D4 is 10 and already we have 3 allocations, so we have to put 7 here. The moment I put 7 here, this is gone, and the balancing one I have to put here to make this available. So this is 10, and after doing this, my allocation becomes complete. This means I have allocated all the columns. The one thing about allocation, for a feasible allocation, you need to have m plus n minus 1 allocation. This means there are m rows, 3 rows and 4 columns. So m plus n is 7 minus 1. This means 6 allocations you should have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 allocation. This means this allocation is feasible. And then our cost is 2065. If you recollect, in northwest corner method we had got a cost of 2250, whereas in the list cost method we got a cost of 2065. So this is the initial allocation, and by list cost method we achieved a better cost than northwest corner method, and that is 2065. We will look at Vogel approximation next. Thank you.